We've been reporting on San Diego County-run animal shelters for over a year now, and a lot has happened since we first reported on high euthanasia rates and other problems at the shelters. So we wanted to give you an update. In short, the county has made improvements in some key areas, but other problems remain. The experience of a shelter dog named Hero helps illustrate this. The 7-year-old Shepherd mix entered the county system a few months ago. Here's the good news for Hero. He has a better chance of leaving the shelter system alive compared to even a year ago. Our reporting found the dog euthanasia rate spiked to nearly 12%. At the end of last year, the rate had dropped to about 6%. Here's the bad news for Hero. He's staying at the 52-year-old shelter in Bonita, and the county continues to give substandard care to animals at this facility. For years, shelter employees have cleaned the outdoor kennels by spraying them down with a hose, while the dogs are still inside. The Association of Shelter Veterinarians calls this a, quote, unacceptable practice and says, quote, it needs to be avoided or prevented without exception. An audit from a few years ago instructed the county to stop this practice, and we reported on it last year. The county committed to changing its cleaning practices, but it's still happening. On a recent Friday morning, I observed an employee spray down a row of kennels with dogs still inside, including kennel number 108. That's Hero's kennel. Hero was left to stand on the wet concrete floor until it dried. Like most dogs at Bonita, Hero doesn't have a bed in his kennel. Dr. Amy Fisher is a professor at the University of Illinois' Department of Animal Sciences. She calls these conditions mind-boggling.
It's just common sense that if you're housing these animals, they should have a bed. They should not get hosed down during cleaning. It's just common sense. So I'm a little upset, to be honest.
The county declined a request to interview Department of Animal Services Director Dr. Brianna Sarvis. In a statement, county spokesperson Chuck Westerheide said, quote, Dr. Sarvis is assessing the operations of the department to identify best practices and opportunities for improvements to support the animals in our care, as well as the staff and volunteers who serve them and the community. The county did highlight another positive development. The department's staff turnover rate went down significantly in the last year, from over 65% to about 35%. That should mean more consistent care for shelter animals. But that's not always the case. Since last year, short staffing has forced shelter closures on about half a dozen occasions. That can mean missed opportunities for dogs like Hero to find a home. The county is building a new shelter in Santee that will replace the Bonita shelter, so relief is on the horizon, but that horizon keeps getting pushed back. The county originally said the shelter would be finished by early 2026, but it's been delayed multiple times. Now they say it'll be finished in the fall. Fisher says these delays harm animal welfare.
If you've got animals who aren't in a positive, healthy environment, then that's going to increase their stress, and that's going to increase their susceptibility to disease, and that's going to affect your euthanasia rate also. And so, the environment in which we keep these animals just affects everything else.
We'll continue to monitor the county's efforts to improve its shelter system. Scott Rodd, KPBS News.